And now, the Premier Radio Networks presents American Top 40 with Kasem.
American Top 40. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, number 1.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to American Top 40. I'm Kasem, and I'm all set to count down the 40 biggest hits on the pop chart. Well, we have 5 big debuts this week, including new hits from Aerosmith and the Backstreet Boys. But before we start counting them down, let's recap last week's top 3. At number 3, Case of the X by Maya. At number 2, It Wasn't Me by Shaggy. And at number 1 last week for the 7th week, Independent Women by Destiny's Child. Now, can Beyonce, Kelly, and Michelle hold on for an 8th big week? Only one way to find out. Let the countdown begin. And climbing aboard a notch higher at number 39 is one of Kid Rock's best buddies, Uncle Kracker. The two met back in 1987, and in 1991, Uncle Kracker joined Kid Rock's band. Now, here's Uncle Kracker with his first solo hit, Follow Me. Well, now we're up to the song Follow Me, the first hit from an album totally recorded on the road. And when we say on the road, we mean actually rolling down the highway. As you might know, Uncle Kracker's more than a solo artist. He's also the DJ in Kid Rock's Twisted Brown Trucker Band. And he's constantly on the road as Kid Rock's tours crisscross the country. Well, Kid Rock had always planned to record an album for his longtime friend and DJ, but it was hard to find time. Kid was always busy doing concerts and interviews and rehearsing and writing and rolling down the highway. And then the two friends came up with a solution. They put together a portable studio that they could use in the tour bus. As the bus cruised across America, Uncle Kracker and Kid Rock and a band member or two would head for the back of the bus and work on the album. Even though they did do a bit of recording in hotels and dressing rooms, most of the tracks were laid down in the back of their rolling studio. It took a whole year for Uncle Kracker and Kid Rock to finish the album Double Wide, but it was certainly worth the time and the miles, because the first release from that road-recorded album is a big hit. Here's Uncle Kracker traveling up 3 notches to number 7 with Follow Me.
You don't know how you met me, you don't know why you can't turn around and say goodbye.
American Top 40.
Well, now we're up to the big hit Follow Me. It's by a performer who not that long ago didn't have a bank account. Recently, he deposited a check for nearly $750,000. Uncle Kracker says it wasn't that long ago that he was a real financial mess. The husband and father of 2 was having trouble paying his bills, and his credit cards were all maxed out. And then an album he helped co-write was released, the CD Devil Without a Cause by Kid Rock. That album became a multi-million seller, and because Uncle Kracker was credited as co-writer on most of the CD, he started getting royalty checks. He says his biggest check to date has been for $740,000. More than enough to pay off all his bills, and then some. In fact, he's doing so well, he's building a new house in suburban Detroit. And he says he plans to pay for the house in cash. You see, Uncle Kracker's still nervous about money. Quote, if you don't owe anybody anything, and the bottom falls out, at least you've got a house that's paid for. I can go take bottles back and pay the electricity with that. Something he probably won't have to do, because not only has the bottom not fallen out, he has his own million-selling album and the 9th biggest hit in the USA on American Top 40. Here's Uncle Kracker with Follow Me.
You won't find nobody else like me.
From the double platinum CD Double Wide, that's Uncle Kracker from the Wolverine State, Michigan, with the 3rd biggest hit of 2001, Follow Me.
American Top 40.
Hi, this is Kasem. Last week on American Top 40, Uncle Kracker returned to the survey with his 2nd hit in a little while. When we last heard from the Michigan musician, he scored a top 5 hit with his debut song, Follow Me. Now can his latest song follow his first hit up the chart? We'll find out as we count down all the biggest hits in the USA on American Top 40 from the Premier Radio Networks. Well, now we're up to the song In a Little While by Uncle Kracker, a musician who says with 2 careers, he doesn't expect to take a vacation for a long while. Uncle Kracker's career as a musician exists on 2 different tracks. On one track, he's a solo artist. On the other track, he's a member of Kid Rock's Twisted Brown Trucker Band. Uncle Kracker says that his tours with Kid Rock go on for long stretches of time. Then, as soon as he gets back home, he goes out on a tour of his own. Then, once he's back from that, it's time to hit the road again with Kid Rock. And in between all the touring, there's time in the studio, there's promotional work. It never ends. Uncle Kracker says, quote, I haven't taken 2 weeks off to do a vacation or anything like it in years. It's been straight through. I think I'm going to start going crazy pretty soon, unquote. Here's Uncle Kracker with In a Little While.
Number 26.
Slipping a notch is Uncle Kracker, a star who likes to stay connected with his roots. When he's not on the road, he spends Monday nights doing exactly what he did before he hit the big time, bowling at a local Detroit area alley. At the AT40 Bowlerama, here's Uncle Kracker with In a Little While.
American Top 40.
Well, now we're up to the song Drift Away. It's a duet that its singers say just flowed. Dobie Gray says when he was first approached about performing with rapper and DJ Uncle Kracker, he thought it was a crazy idea. Quote, I was kind of taken aback. How are you going to rap Drift Away? But then he listened to a test recording of the song that Uncle Kracker had done. Dobie says he was impressed by its spirit and warmth. And as he started working with Uncle Kracker, Dobie became even more impressed. Quote, there are people who are difficult to work with. Kracker is not one of them. And the feeling was mutual. Uncle Kracker says of Dobie, he's as laid back as I am. Dobie doesn't like the road, I don't like the road. Dobie doesn't like the business, I don't like the business. All of which made working together easy. They recorded the song at the Ocean Way Studios in Nashville, near where Dobie lives. So close, in fact, that he drove to the studio on his golf cart. And when it got down to doing the recording, it was a breeze. Uncle Kracker says after they figured out who would sing what, they just nailed it. Quote, I think it took us longer to eat lunch than it took to do the song. This week, the song that was a snap sits at number 1 on the Adult Contemporary chart and is number 21 here on the Pop chart. Here are Uncle Kracker and Dobie Gray with Drift Away.